Hi there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Crystal Patrick. I'm a real estate agent here in Maryland with Cass Realty. And today we're going to embark on a series of all things home ownership, the buying process. I will walk you through step by step every week of the home buying process to get you to the point where you have the keys in your hands and even beyond that. So, the very first step in buying a home is knowing your why. Why do you want to buy a home? What's the motivating factor behind buying your home? This is very crucial and very important because it acts as a guardrail, as a guide as you go through the home buying process. It keeps you from being sidetracked, it keeps you from feeling flustered and frustrated with the process. It keeps you grounded and it takes you to the finish line, I promise you. So you always want to know why. And we're going to talk about all of the reasons it could possibly be of why you want to buy a home. Possibly the first reason is that emotional motivation, right? You want to feel a sense of pride that you've accomplished something, a milestone, a dream that you've had since you were 10 years old, right? That is going to help you to determine your why. That could be a reason. Another emotional motivator might be, you know how when you're renting, you see a room and you're like, I wish I could paint this color purple, right? But, the lease agreement says it could only be white, or the lease agreement says you need to get permission from the owners before you can do anything. So that actually suppresses your creativity and the way that you express yourself within your home. Home ownership gives you the ability to paint the walls whatever color you want. It's yours. You can paint it. There's no one telling you, well, you got to paint it back the original color before you leave here. No, you're able to express your creativity, express yourself in your own home. That might be one of the emotional motivators of why you want to buy a home. Another emotional motivator might be the stability of home ownership, the community that you can have of home ownership, the memories that you can build with your family, with your children, the school zones that you want to be a part of, that you want your children to go to school in. These are all really good emotional motivators that helps us stay grounded while we're going through that home buying process. And then, of course, there's always like a financial motivator as to why we want to buy a home, right? I'm not blind to the fact that there's a lot of financial benefits to buying a home. You might want to build equity in your home so that you can then take that equity out and, fund a business venture or pay for your children's college tuition. You might want to be able to start building generational wealth for your family and generations to come. You might also want the tax benefits of owning a home year after year after year. I say go for that one. You might also want to start a portfolio of having multiple properties where you can rent out for additional income. So, your very first home could be that very first step in creating the ability to have multiple properties. You might also want it also to pay off that mortgage so that you can have a house that you can transfer and pass down to your children or your grandchildren so that they don't have anything to worry about. So you see, there are multiple reasons why you might want to buy a home. And that's just a little list, You might have other reasons that I didn't even thought about to say in this video, but and you know that that reason that you have is going to ground you as you go through the home buying process. So I want you to stop and think, what are my reasons for wanting to buy a home? What is my reason for home ownership? Let's start there. And then we will use that reason to keep us grounded in the process from start to finish until you have those keys in your hands. Thank you for watching. I want you to stay tuned for more. Every week, I will be posting another step in the home buying process. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'll be sure to answer. And please share this with anyone who you know can benefit from these videos. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more. Bye.